Roster update predictions for Friday, June 25th. That's what we're focusing on today. Going for 25 or more likes in this video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Going for 25 or more new subscribers today. Comment down below right now the one player that you think deserves to go diamond this week. We have quite a few we're talking about today. Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, links for those down in that description. A couple things I want to say before we hop into these predictions. Number one, just because I include somebody does not guarantee that they will get upgraded. Number two, just because I don't include somebody doesn't mean they will not get upgraded, or does not mean I don't think they deserve to be upgraded. And then the final thing that I want to talk about is today I'm doing my predictions a little bit differently. I'm focusing only on level changers, right? Silver to gold, gold to diamond. That's all I focus on this week, just to switch it up compared to other weeks. As always, we'll be starting with the starting pitchers. First up is Zack Wheeler, 84 overall on Diamond Watch. This season, his strikeouts per 9 is 11 compared to 6.7 last year, and then 9 the year before that. Walks per 9 and homers per 9 aren't really too special or changed that much compared to previous years, but his hits per 9 this season is down to 6.4 compared to 8.5 last year, and then 9 the year before that. So I feel like Zack Wheeler could easily go diamond this week, especially if he just sees a boost in that hits per 9 attribute, right? And then he leads the league in innings pitched, so maybe a little bit of a stamina boost too is in order, and I could easily see Zack Wheeler going diamond this week. I would not be surprised at all. Our second and final starting pitcher that I'm focusing on this week is going to be Shohei Ohtani, and at this point, with what he's currently doing in Major League Baseball, I feel like it's time that he gets upgraded to diamond. Now, I could be wrong on this, but a lot of people have told me that because his live series card that you're seeing right here is a starting pitcher, you can see the position, it's a starting pitcher. A lot of people have told me that his hitting attributes will not be impacting his overall. So because of that, to me, that would be the only reason that he does not get upgraded to a diamond. However, for pitching on the season, he has a 2.7 ERA with 5.6 hits per 9, 0.8 home runs per 9, and then 12.3 strikeouts per 9 innings. So I feel like, yeah, he's doing really well hitting, but he's also doing really well on the mound too, and I think could possibly get that upgrade that would put him to diamond. My first and only relief and or closing pitcher that I'm focusing on this week is going to be Craig Kimbrell, and he's one of the guys this week where I feel like he has one of the better chances to be going diamond, right? I don't think everybody that I'm talking about gold to diamond today is definitely getting that upgrade. I think it could be a really big update, but if I had to only pick a few guys out of all the ones I'm covering today, Craig Kimbrell is one of those guys. On the season, his earned run average is 0.61. He's allowing 3.1 hits per 9 innings. That's insane. I know his hits per 9 is already high, but I think it could get boosted even more. He's allowing 0.3 home runs per 9 innings, 2.8 walks per 9 innings, and then striking out 15 hitters per 9 innings. He's just been absolutely insane this year, especially compared to the last couple seasons, and it seems like he's getting back to the old Craig Kimbrell, to his old self, and I feel like he is, for me, one of the guys that is more likely than maybe some others to be going diamond this week. Now on to the position players. Our first and only first baseman for the week is Jared Walsh, and a lot of times with my roster update prediction videos, I like to include guys that a lot of people are talking about, even if I personally don't necessarily think that they'll be getting upgraded, and Jared Walsh is one of those guys, right? On the season, he's hitting 171 versus lefties with 341 slugging, and then has a 347 average versus righties with 688 slugging. However, in the last 2 weeks overall, his average is 245 with 623 slugging. So I just don't really see him going diamond. If it happens, I wouldn't necessarily be surprised, but for me, he's not somebody that I think would go diamond this week. Now for the second baseman, starting with Marcus Semien, and for me, he's kind of similar to Jared Walsh, where I just don't know if I could actually see that upgrade. If it happens, I wouldn't be surprised, but it's just not one of the more likely ones that I would say. After having an insane May, right? He was the player of the month for May. He's kind of cooled off a little bit for June, and I don't know if I could really see him going diamond this week, but I figured I would mention him. A lot of people are talking about him, thinking that he might go diamond and everything, but just like with Jared Walsh, I don't necessarily expect him to, but if it happens, I wouldn't really be surprised, and either way, I feel like he could be a good investment, even if it's not specifically for this week, but one of the future roster updates. I wouldn't be surprised if he continues to hit well, if he gets to diamond at some point, even if it's not this week. Our second and final second baseman for these predictions is going to be Jose Altuve, and for me, he's on Diamond Watch. This season, he's hitting 333 versus lefties with 485 slugging, and then 272 versus righties with 543 slugging. However, in the last 30 days, past month or so, he's slugging in general 598, and in the last 2 weeks, he's slugging 719. So I feel like with that, the past 2 weeks, past month of really good power numbers, I feel like we could easily see a power boost versus both sides. I feel like 71 and 67 is a little bit low for what he's doing right now, especially the past month or so, and then especially versus righties, right? I feel like if you upgrade those numbers, the contact and especially that power, I feel like that could easily get him to 84, and then maybe this week 85. But if he keeps hitting how he is, I think he easily goes diamond. I feel like he's a good long-term investment, you know, maybe short-term if he goes diamond this week, but if he doesn't, I think the way he's hitting, he could easily get to diamond a couple weeks from now in one of the next 2 roster updates. Now for our first and only shortstop, we have Carlos Correa, and whether it's this week, 2 weeks from now, 2 weeks from then, to me, Correa is going diamond. I feel like it's not a matter of if he's going diamond. I feel like it's a matter of when they will upgrade him to diamond. He's hitting 316 versus lefties, 285 versus righties, 484 slugging versus lefties, and then 557 slugging versus righties. And in the last 30 days, the last month, he's hitting 349. So I feel like that's easily deserving of pretty big contact boosts, especially versus righties. And with those little contact boosts to the righties and then some potential power boosts versus both sides as well, especially versus lefties, there's a lot of room for improvement there. I feel like he's easily deserving of diamond. He doesn't need much. All he needs to do is get to an 85. He's 1 overall point away. And I feel like just some little upgrades across the board could easily get him there. The final position we're focusing on is center field. We have 3 guys for that position. First one is Starling Marte. On the season, he's hitting 317 versus lefties with 488 slugging, and then 322 versus righties with 517 slugging. And in the last 30 days, his average is 324, and then in the last 2 weeks, it's at 354. So I feel like he needs a contact boost, especially versus lefties, and I feel like you could even boost his power attributes a little bit too, specifically versus lefties with that 488 slugging. You know, it's a lot lower than versus righties right now. So with small boosts across the board, both contacts, both powers, I feel like he could easily get that +1 and become a diamond. Next up, we have Ketel Marte, and for me, he is a lot less likely to go diamond than Starling Marte. If Ketel Marte was going to be upgraded to a diamond, I feel like they would need to be able to or need to upgrade his hitting attributes versus righties, which I just don't know if I see that really happening. On the season, he's hitting 305 versus righties with 2 homers and 6 doubles for a slugging percentage of 432. So I feel like the power number, you can't really upgrade that much. 305 average, maybe upgraded into the 80s a little bit, but I just don't know if that would be enough to boost him up to an 85. Now, with that being said, I could see him getting an upgrade, a +1, and getting to diamond, but I feel like there's other guys that I would choose over Ketel. I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen, but he would not be my first choice. Last but not least, my final prediction for this video is going to be Cedric Mullins, and one sentence: Cedric Mullins is going gold. On the season, his average is 318 versus both sides, just about, I think, maybe 319 versus lefties and 318 versus righties, or vice versa, but pretty much 318 versus both sides. His slugging is 523 versus lefties and then 566 versus righties. So I feel like you could boost his contact, especially versus lefties, maybe versus righties, but you know, having that same average, I feel like it's definitely deserving of a little boost, at least versus lefties. And then power, especially versus lefties, and maybe a small one versus righties. I feel like you do all that, especially the ones that are necessary, like that that one contact and that one power boost. I feel like he easily goes and gets that gold that, to me, he deserves. I would be very surprised personally if Cedric Mullins does not go gold this week. That's going to be it for my predictions this week. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I felt like I talked kind of fast. I feel like I always talk kind of fast, though. I think I need to slow it down sometimes, but I hope y'all found this video at least a little bit helpful. Maybe find some good investments, maybe make some stubs for the roster update this Friday. I know I'm going to be investing in some guys specifically for me. I think I'm probably going to be doing Craig Kimbrell, maybe Correa, somebody like that, because I feel like he's really deserving of it. But for me, Craig Kimbrell, I'm about to throw quite a bit of those stubs in and hope it pays off for me. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, social medias, all that good stuff. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Peace out.